G'day everyone, and welcome back to Cybuchowo and the Through the Years series here in Farming Simulator 25. As you can see, we've finished mowing and baling the rest of our grass. I feel like one episode of that was probably more than enough for the time being. So we're just going to sell it up here at the farmer's market. Yes, it's a little bit further to run, but we're going to have a couple of things to pick up on the way back. Right, let's see. Ooh. Good. Now, our money did start a little bit lower. If you remember at the end of the last episode, I think we had $330. Just before recording, I ended up buying the hand cultivator, this little guy here. I was going to get the plow, but realized I didn't need it as we don't have periodic plowing on. So we have no need for that at the moment. If you can hear any clunks or dings in the background, we're getting a new 3D printer set up, so that's currently what's happening. So I apologize for that, but it shouldn't be too bad. Now, where is the other thing I was looking for? We need the little manual seeder. This guy. So we're going to buy that one. That's $300. Now, I also want to get the spreader. But in order to do that, we're not going to have enough seeds or enough money for seeds. So I think we're just going to buy 3 bags. And we'll start there. Now I was thinking, since last episode, do we do a crop? Do we just do alfalfa? Because the alfalfa hay is actually more profitable than grass. But I've done a bit more looking, and it actually seems like clover hay is slightly more profitable again. You end up with $100 roughly per 1,000 litres. I believe. I think that's what it is. And our baler's only making so many litres of hay. I think it's 700 we were getting in a bale, so I feel like if we can get a better amount of money, that might be more worthwhile. So I think I'm going to plant half the field in clover. We'll just basically cultivate the ground. We'll get the seeds in, and then we will look into maybe doing a contract or two, you know. I did have a look at the better contract settings, and I can adjust the amounts that we get paid for doing jobs. So I think I've turned it down to 80%. So it's 80% of the value, I believe. And I've left the leasing costs at 100%. But I'm also going to try and do my best not to have to lease equipment. So if it's a mowing contract, we'll just go and use our mower. And might take a bit longer than intended, but we'll get it done. And we save ourselves the lease costs. Whoa. So now that all that's done, I'll get to the shop. I'll throw all our stuff on the cart, and I will see you back at the farm. Alrighty, we're back everyone. We'll just leave the little cart here. Now I did get seeds. I know it says it's empty, or it looks like it's empty. but they are in there. So I think we're going to try and get some clover in the ground. I'm pretty sure. Quick autosave. So right now we're getting 70% of $50, whatever that is. But clover hay is more. So we're going to do that. And we can plant clover hay in this month. And then, oh, it does take a while. I feel like alfalfa could be better. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months of harvest for clover. And 9 for alfalfa. Maybe we do clover. And then we do alfalfa somewhere else. We'll get the clover done first. Turn the cultivator on. Hey, look at us go. Our first round of field work, really. Now, I don't think we're going to go too crazy with this. Might make our first section the same width as that grass bit there, the end of our tent. And then we'll just do as much as our seed amount allows us to, pretty much. This is great. I'm loving it. Oh, we're not in line there. Let's fix that. There we go. So this is going to be done in pretty quick time. I think the seeder is slightly smaller. I think that only does 1.2 meters, whereas this is, I believe, 2 meters. They do have a smaller cultivator and a smaller hand plow. I don't know why you would. They're the same price. I don't know why you would opt for the smaller one. But right now, this is our way. So far, pretty happy with how the series is going. It is very rough at the start. I had a feeling it was going to be difficult. I didn't think it was going to be this difficult, but we'll make it work. I might do a contract today. We'll see what's there. And then if it's... I just don't want to do anything too crazy. And even then, if the profits are still too high, we can put the limit on can't lease the vehicles, things like that. I don't really want rules or stuff to make it an overly big challenge, but I also don't want to lease do a $5,000 contract where the lease cost is only $600, you know? I know it still wouldn't really help us, but I feel like it just defeats the whole point. I'd like to have a tractor, at least a tractor and a trailer sometime early next year, but we might go our first whole year of just this stuff, grass and alfalfa. I think that could be what it is. And if it is, so be it. Let's just extend it, eh? We'll just go all the way to our plot where our tent is. It's not going to hurt us. I apologize if you can hear my dog in the background. She was just scratching the heck out of her ear. So there we go. That's that done. Put the cultivator here for now. We'll run on back. That's just... yeah, we're cultivated under that. Actually... oh, we won't know because I've got precision farming, don't I? Yeah, that's a doozy. How much is that going to cost? Okay. Well, that might be what we get the contract for. We just check this on. Did that unfold it? Unfold cedar. Uh-oh. That's working. There we go. Look at that. Oh, we might actually get away with way more than I thought. Wow, these seeds are going to last forever. That's crazy. Oh, well, we might have to do... we might have to do way more. Sorry, I forgot halfway through that sentence what I felt like saying. We've used 5 litres and we've nearly done half the headland. That's crazy. But so far so good. That's really good. That's made me really confident now. You watch, I'll check it on the map and make sure that it has actually gone in. And I'm not being a fool. Is that clover? It has to be. There. Hey, look at that. Fancy pants. There we go. First headland done. This is great, guys. It is actually quite a wide spread too. I didn't realise that. I don't mind if I go over where I've already seeded. I'd rather make sure I get it than miss bits, you know? That's crazy. Done. Turn it around. Go back the other way again. Get rid of those now. We're good. We know what we're doing. We know the button combos. So I hope your weekend's been good, guys. Hopefully this video came out on Monday. If it didn't, it was probably earlier, in all honesty. But I'm aiming for a Monday release, so if it's come out on Monday, that's awesome. If not, it'll probably be Tuesday, but we should be alright to get it done. Let me know in regards to the contracts. I'll do one after we've done a bit more seeding. And then, yeah, I can even adjust it a little bit more, I think. I'm pretty sure I can get quite low with the reward amounts. I think it's a minimum 50%, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so. I also know that I'm probably quite loud compared to the very quiet audio that the game is putting out right now, but it'll get loud eventually. Don't you worry about that. So that's our field of clover. That's not too bad. It does need rolling. And it will need weeding. This is all things that I did not think of. How much is a roller? I think they're 300, aren't they? Everything's 300. It's a grass roller. A manual roller, there it is. It's only 150, we can get that. But we'll need a weeder. There, so we need another $100, basically. Alright, so we only used 22 litres. 22 litres of seeds there. So that's really good, actually. Let's get out here. And we'll just extend this, I guess. Halfway down. The hitboxes on these things are crazy. We might as well just get everything, eh? Get everything we can get. Even if we have to do that end bit again, we will. It's alright. So I'll throw you guys on a little time lapse while I do. I'll probably do half the field. And then I'll get it cultivated, get it seeded. We'll look into getting a roller. Or we might do a contract instead. And I'll just do the rolling off camera if we get one. It's not necessary. I think it only adds like a 2% difference or something like that. I don't know. It's probably a negligible amount. But we might look into doing a contract. I would like to get the soil information and a spreader. I was going to say a seeder, but we just bought that. A fertilizer spreader. It'll just be good to have, you know? So we'll need at least... I feel like we're going to need at least over 1,000. Probably close to 1,200. 12 or 1,300 would be a comfortable amount for us to get. If we can get some lime and some fertilizer in, we'll go here. Just go a bit longer. There we go. We're not in line. There we go. So anyway, I'll get this done. I'll get it seeded. We'll come back, look at the contracts, and we'll see if there's anything we can do that's worth it with our own equipment. And then we might even look into the lease. The jobs with leased equipment. We'll see if we can make that a bit less profitable that way. So I'll see you at the end of the time lapse, guys. guys, welcome back. There we have it. I feel like there's a few patches that we missed, but we're alright, we'll make it work. Park this up here until we need it again. I might even switch that to alfalfa in the next half of the year. I don't think it's worth doing it. Well, it might be worth doing it next month in September. I don't know if we can. Yeah, we got heaps. Heaps of time to do it. We could put it in September and it will hopefully get a first cut in November, but right now, let's just take a quick look at some contracts. So we've got a square baling contract we could do. So see, we could do that. We could lease the equipment. I feel like that's too much. Let's go have a look. Oh, stop it. It does not like. Here we go. There, so 80% of the reward. So if I change it to 60, lease cost back up to 100. So we have to do 98% of the field work. Yeah, that's fine. I'd like this. What's the maximum? Oh, so we can end up getting 60% off. Okay, so we'll do it that so we can get we'll do it like that so we get 3% off for every. We'll go 4, so we've got 40%. I could do this, but I'm not going to yet. Right, so now we've done that. What is it at now? $1,400 with a $640 lease amount. That's a round baler. So, got some mowing contracts here. That's 0.75 hectares. How big's ours? 0.49, and it took us a while. This doesn't even work. That sucks. So with these, we need to buy a fertilizer. I don't know if we want to try it. It's 1.6 hectares. That'll take forever. I think we do a mowing contract. I think we do this guy. We could do that for a little bit of reward, but I think like this is the one to go for. So we'll accept that. Field 36, I think, is a way away. I think it is complete. Yeah. That's actually massive. Oh no. Okay. Alright, well. Let's get the mower on the trailer. And that's the tedder. Mower's this one. Alright, that's okay. I'm losing it. Everything's hooked up. We'll go this way. So I'll get this mower on the cart and I'll head on over to the field that's on the other side of the map, and I'll see you over there, guys. And welcome back, guys. I was a bit stunned at the size of the field that I forgot to hit record again. It's taken me a good chunk of time to run over here. It's a pretty fair distance away from our little plot of land, but we got here. We made it, and we're getting the job done. Now, this is one of the ones where I will regret putting the completion amount up to 98%, but, you know, it shouldn't take us too long. We've done 2% in about 30 seconds, so, you know, only 15 hours to go. But yeah, this will be a good amount of money. In just realizing how much we're going to get, I've noticed that we probably will not progress very quickly without doing a heap of contracts. But without the hefty equipment, the contracts will take us a long time to do. So it's sort of a good thing and a bad thing. I think I'll leave it at 60% of the profit. I might increase the mowing and baling ones a little bit, just because that's going to be majority of what we do at the start. But I feel like with the harvesting contracts and other jobs, and especially once we get bigger equipment, I might just change them, make it even lower, just so we don't progress too quickly, you know. That's not what we want. Well, you might want it. I understand these hand tools aren't for everyone, but I really like using them. I think it's a cool concept. And most of the time I see people use them, they sort of do it a little bit and then they get all their bigger stuff. And they're sort of forgotten about, you know. I mean, we could, for all intents and purposes, we could sell the cultivator. Now that we've done that, we could get rid of it. But I think it'll be good to have. Once we get a tractor, first thing I want is a tractor with a pullable trailer. That's all, just to make the deliveries better. Or even just to cart stuff around. If we have this little mower, we can throw it on the back, throw it in the trailer, and let it go. Get us to stuff quicker, you know. Anything that saves a bit of time in that department, I'm alright with. But I do know that probably the first combine harvester we're going to get after the hand tools, depending on what's out, what year we're in, will be the John Deere. It's a John Deere harvester. But I think it's 20,000, so it's certainly a long way away. But right now, we're almost 15% through. It's going pretty good. It's definitely going to take us a bit of time. But that's what the game is, guys. I don't want to throw you on time lapses, so we'll ride this out for a little bit. We'll do another headland. And then I might just do a couple of little jump cuts. But maybe not, I don't know. It all depends on how much we get done by the end of this headland. Which the first one was 10%. Almost. So we're getting less and less, so if we get to 20% from this, I'll be pretty stoked. But right now, it's going to take us a bit of time. My goal for this is to get enough money to buy the field the field info, get the spreader, and some fertilizer. I don't think we'll be able to get lime. I think the lime's a bit expensive, so we might not be able to get that on. But who knows? We'll see where we're at the end of this contract, guys. $1,100 roughly for this. Should not be too bad. Again, let me know down below if you think the contracts will make it too easy, I guess you could say. My other option was to plant some trees, but that seems a little bit more difficult right now. We could buy the axe. We do have a tree. I will say we do have a tree on our land that we could cut down. But I feel like that's a bit cheesy, you know. I know they take a long time to grow. I think it's something like 2 years, maybe, in game. I don't know. I know they take a decent chunk of time, but still, I feel like that's an instant, big time money maker. Especially if we have the ability with a tractor to drive them. Because once we can cut them into normal size or the profitable size logs, it's just printing money basically. This isn't going too bad. We're 20% through. It'll probably be another 10 minutes maybe. I don't know how long I've taken. 10 or 15 minutes. So I might just send you off, you know. Time lapses aren't bad. I feel like it's better than me rambling. If you like the time lapses, if you'd rather me just do a little bit of mowing at the start and then a jump cut to the end, especially if it's something like this. I know it's a mowing contract, so it's not the most exciting stuff, given that the first episode was mowing as well. So I'll send you on a quick little time lapse to finish this one off, and then we'll see where we're at with money at the end and what we can do. And welcome back, everyone. That time lapse was going to be huge, so I decided pretty quickly that it might be better just to cut it away, you know. The field was a lot bigger than I anticipated, and it's taken me a decent chunk of real world time to get done, so maybe in the future we won't do anything on the bigger fields, And I feel like if it's possible, we might have to lease some equipment. Because if we're just going to do these hand tools, the bigger fields are going to take a while. So I feel like it might be a good idea to either stay off the contracts and we'll just jump ahead in months until we can harvest the alfalfa. The clover. I forgot we planted clover. So maybe jump ahead till we can harvest the clover and then we'll go from there, you know? It's just becoming a bit of a lawn mowing simulator. I don't really want that for you guys. If you're happy with me to do stuff like this off camera, I'll gladly do it, but it's also not something I really intend on. If it comes down to it, I'd rather just mow the clover. I'd rather just mow our own field 100 times over. So I feel like that might be the way to go. Once we get this done, we'll get our field info, we'll get our fertilizer spreader, and then we'll see where we're at with what we want to do. See how much money we got left over. Probably will not be a lot. If you can see all the different windrows here, guys, I've changed my mind with which way I'm doing this 100 times. Time lapse, I was going vertically. This little patch here, I started going horizontally, and then I started just doing the full loop again. But we're at 98%. It's going pretty good. Couple more spins and we should be $1,100 richer. Oh, that's a big patch missed. That's alright. 99%. We're almost done, guys. Alright. Final little pieces. There we go. Now, what I wanted to know. So, wall deck. Oh, it tells up there. So it's 44,000. So we're taking 1,000 off it. I don't know if we need to do that, really. I need to find another field that Walden owns. Oh, Zenek owns heaps. Because I want to know if the discount applies to all the fields. I don't want it. Mate, what fields do you own? That's his one field, I bet you. There. No, see, so it does apply to all the fields. Wow, that one. That's insane. So it does apply to all the fields. That's a shame. I don't really want that. We'll leave it for now. You guys let me know if you think that's a good idea or not. Let's get the contract accepted. Collect. Thank you. 1,392. Is there anything? Not really. That's $600. We won't even get. We wouldn't even get 350 for that, I don't think. I have looked into whether do we have, I think we might have a small tractor. Oh no, we're way out. These are a long, long way off. This is the one that has a little cultivator. So even if we just get that to pull stuff, but it might be too light either way. So what was I looking for? The spreader. Was that the one? Or is there another? Nope, that's it. Okay. $300 there. We'll change that to blue so that we know it's okay. $320. Yeah, cool. Now we want our field info would be good. Okay. Purchase soil information, $787. Okay. I think the pH is pretty decent. Nitrogen we'll need to we should probably fertilize it. So now that we've done that, we're back down to $280. We need to buy our fertilizer. Oh, we can buy lime. Where's the... There. Oh, oof. We can't even get 3. That's a doozy. Oh well, we'll get that. And then we will... I was going to sleep into September, but I think we might hold off on that. And we will come back into August next episode. Get our fertilizing done. I'll get this mower and everything back. Yeah, let me know about the contracts, guys, what you think. If you think it's better to turn it up back up to 100% profit, anything like that, let me know down below. Give it a like if you like it. I hate asking for that, but you know, it's what's going to happen. I do understand that this is going to be a slow series, so I really hope people get that as well. I don't want the money to come flying in, but if you feel like it's too much work or too much effort for not enough gain, let me know and I can sort of change it up a bit. I'm also considering, given that it's mostly going to be mowing and baling for the foreseeable future, I might just get rid of the time lapses altogether and just do some jump cuts to keep the episodes sort of easier to watch. I don't really want to be pumping out hour-long videos in this. I feel like it gets a bit monotonous to watch and will just be boring for some people. So if you have any opinions about any of that, if you've made it this far into the video and you answer those questions down below, that'd be amazing and I appreciate you. But I will see you in the next episode, guys. Take care. Goodbye.